Welcome to another episode of the Artist and Thinker podcast. I am Elle Sweets, the artist.
And I'm Terrence B, the thinker.
And what is our topic of the hour?
Topic is going to be talking about the ICE protest, and we're also going to talk about the absence of Black people in the midst of the protest, and we're also going to touch base on certain posts that have been put out trying to get us to provoke us to come out into the protest, and we're going to hit all of these areas. I know Elle Sweets, she has a perspective. And I have one. We were discussing it a little bit off screen, but we're about to get into it right now. And so, do you want to start it or you want me?
So I can say this, and I think it is important to say this part. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware that the amount that ICE is being lured. So when I say lured, is because you find out that they promise these bonuses, you know, almost up to like 50,000 for 5 years. But the catch is, if you don't stay at 5 years, you got to pay every bit of that bonus back. Giving these people 10,000, I think you get like 10,000 for like the first 6 months working. So each year they throw you 10,000 extra on whatever they paying you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine when some of them realize I didn't sign up for this? Because I think you got two different type of people that are in ICE. And those people, I believe, you have your Proud Boys that are disguised, in disguise, and they're ICE agents now because we don't hear a lot about them. And then we have those ones who just hate. When I say hate, I mean hate everyone that does not look like them. And on the other end is these people who are probably desperate. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is easy money. All I got to do this. And then they realize that I ain't signed up to be hated by everybody. But you can't get out of it because you're going to be in debt. Because, Trump don't like to pay people. So his
Yep.
whole thing is let you be my little watchdogs and do my dirt and go snapping and snatching people up for me.
And speaking of not
And
paying people, for all of y'all that was looking for them $2,000 stimulus checks, me and Sweets already knew. We was both like, he don't pay people as is. What makes you think he's gonna pay
the
like two
fact people
thousand?
believe that lie is crazy. Like the
That's
fact that people
hilarious.
really believe they were going to get some money just shows how like gone people are.
This
Like they
nigga
really thought
lied.
that. I mean, and it's like you don't realize that he's clearly stealing this money. He's stealing the money, and on top of stealing the money, he is, I mean, using it to fund ICE. And I just found out that ICE is literally younger than me and you, but is
Mm-hmm.
getting the same amount, if almost not close to being more, than what we supply our military. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like your hate is that deep. And I mean, one thing I had to think about, and I think this is something everybody needs to take away, is that Trump is a person who loves to say things.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean he likes to say things, Trump likes to make promises that he knows he cannot keep.
Yep.
So what he do is he'll do the bare minimum of it, and dress it up and make you think he's doing something bigger than what he is. And it seems like with this one is he kept telling people he was going to deport, 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 and can't even justify why we're doing all these. Because we deporting anybody. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. And yeah, I think that's my part
And
on that one.
and for y'all that says that this man is not a racist, you dumb asses, go somewhere and jump off of a building. Cause for y'all not to see that this is blatant racism and
Full
still
of
trying to
it.
say he's not racist, how Sway? And
Mhm.
like y'all go jump off of a building, the highest building,
Not the highest.
and do something with yourself. Cause for y'all not to see that is just that you're willingly being dumb. You're willingly being stupid. And I have no sympathy for anybody like that. But back to the lecture at hand. A lot of people, there's a lot of things that I've been seeing, and it's different perspectives on ICE. One of the particular things they were saying, and me and Sweets talked about this, is that somebody, a white person, posted to all the black people out there, well, you made your point. We get it now. Now, can you please come out here and help us? Then there was another one that said, would your ancestors be proud
I know.
of you sitting out? And I'm like, well, first of all, these two things are no way to start a conversation at all.
At all.
And secondly, you don't see the reason. I was like, one, you don't see your privilege. You're oblivious to the privilege that you have as white people. And that's sad, is that you see it's a problem, but you don't recognize it unless it affects you. And it took something of this nature affecting you directly for you to even get involved.
Mhm.
Because I guarantee you, the majority of these white people that are out there now, we did not see you when Black Lives Matter was cracking. There were people with us, but not as many as y'all have out there now. Or when all of this stuff happened against everybody wanting Trump out of office. And the one thing that y'all failed to forget is that what did we say to all of y'all when the voting came in like it did? We said, oh, from here on out, we just gonna sit out. We on the sidelines. We're not running to the forefront. We're not running on the front lines. We are not going to be putting on the front lines. We are not protesting. We are not doing nothing. Because whatever happens next, you're the reason for it. We did our job as black voters and black people. We did our job. Y'all chose to go against the grain because only God knows why. But that was y'all's choice. And for y'all not to see that, like, what people fail to understand is that the reason they want us out there is because they know our energy sheds light on a global scale, globally, because we're literally out there doing the work and we're on the forefront. Now that you see there's only white folk out there, you only get a taste of what we go through when we're out on the front lines. And quite frankly, us not being out there on the front lines is actually saving you. Don't believe me? Okay. What y'all dealing with the ICE protest and everything, you got pepper pellets and and mace, bear mace,
Well, now they got guns now.
bear mace, and they got guns, and you only had one person shot. Now, black people are on the forefront. They bring out SWAT, armed to the teeth, gas bombs, bullets, guns, tanks, and all of this stuff. Mind you, peacefully protesting. And that's what we get presented with every time. And you can trace this all the way back to the civil rights movement. Water hoses and dogs getting beat with billy clubs. Mind you, in peace back then. We're always put to a higher level of arsenal is always brought towards us. So us not being there is actually saving you. But what about the people that died? Well, imagine if we're out there, how many people would die? And the better question is, black people that died, would you care as much? It's been proven. January 31st, nobody really talked about that, man. If it wasn't for my co-hosts and other people saying his name, nobody would care. Nobody would care. I've read the comments, people saying, thank you for saying his name. Thank you for acknowledging that he is a victim as well. And I'm looking at it like we told y'all from the beginning of this year what we were doing as a people. So don't expect anything else other than that. Because like that post said, you made how you felt very clear. My piece of gum and sit there and look. But y'all are going to have to learn. And for people to get out there and say, now, can you please get out there? Would your ancestors be proud? And we get it now. Could you please come out here and help us now? You clearly don't get it if you have to say things of that nature.
I think another thing I do want to touch on is that stop letting the words Insurrection Act put fear in your mind that the elections won't happen. The goal of that is to create chaos.
Fear.
It is designed to make you think and feel defeated in the same breath that it's not going to change. When in all actuality, they're trying to stir as much chaos because they know that when the midterms happen, they are not going to win. So even when it comes down to these ICE agents, these guys who are sitting here selling their souls for 10,000 every year to do what they're doing, pulling children from their parents' arms, shooting people in the face, holding people down at gunpoint, all of these horrible acts, deporting people who are citizens. And when they have to go to jail and they have to be held accountable for it, this is all for what? But I encourage people to, we got to continue to go on. You can't let all of this get you scared up because there's a lot going on at one time. It is. There's no getting around it. It's a lot.
He over here trying
But
to cancel midterms.
he says, once again, this goes back to what I said earlier. He has a tendency to say a lot of things. And when it comes time, he has to try to find a way to break even. And how does he break even? He has to give you the
Splitting the
bare
votes.
minimum. So he can say anything. I mean, Trump says every and anything. That's nothing new. He's going to say stuff. The thing is him doing it. And a lot of times he doesn't really do it. He talks himself in a whole word soup of things, but him doing it, no. But he wants you to believe that he can try to cancel the midterms. No, he's not. But if people get out and start acting foolish, one or two things could happen. But as far as him getting it canceled, no. He wants you to believe he can. Yeah.
I believe that shout out to Dante from Grits and Eggs podcast, Eggs and Grits podcast. And he said us as black people, you need to educate yourself and arm yourself. I believe that it's important because a lot of these people that are out there are not used to being met with this type of stuff. But for us as a people, this has been like this is every day for us, which is why you're shocked. How come it doesn't affect you? We go through this every single day. After a while, you learn how to adapt and overcome. But we go through this every single day as a people. And the reason that you don't understand that nor realize that is because you have your privilege to fall back on. You have your privilege, so you're not aware of it until you find out that you're on the same totem pole as we are, and you never thought for once it could affect you. And you don't understand that. So, but to my people, educate yourself and arm yourself. I do believe in that. And if they and let me give y'all something just FYI. They saying they're going to door to door. I was like, first of all, it's only 20,000 of them. They don't have enough to go door to door nationwide. They don't. They don't. Let me just be real with you. They don't.
It's millions of us.
And
And there are a good amount of open carry states
just
that
FYI,
they ain't gonna go for it no matter what color
and
they are.
FYI, 20,000 of ICE agents total. It is 350 million of us. And like Sweets just said, we got open carry states around here. You already see how the Panthers in Philadelphia are getting down.
Mhm.
They said, yo, I wish an ICE agent would run up on me. I'll put a hole through him the size of a window. And they not playing. And you try this in certain states, you know better than others.
Mhm.
So just keep those numbers in mind. It's only 20,000 of those ICE agents. It's 350 million of us.
That's why I said fear mongering. Fear mongering is the word. And it's all designed to get people up in arms. And I mean, I guess how can I say it? I can say it over and over and over again, but the truth is it's fear mongering. The goal is to get you wound up. The goal
Mhm.
is to make you be in fear. The goal is to get you feeling hopeless, where you're in pure submission to this nonsense. See what has happened? is we have let it go on so long. We have allowed Agent Orange to do all of this stuff that now he's getting away with it. And I mean, enough is enough. And one thing I keep saying is, y'all not mad enough.
Yep.
And what has happened to on Renee and what happened to Kevin was not enough for people to take a stand. And this shows that even white women are not protected. And it's like excuse after excuse to justify doing what was done to her and him. It's insane. But this is where we live. This is the reality. Is we have an administration that will say the young lady, no, the child. We have the leftists and their agendas. A woman was murdered. All the things that could have occurred and could have happened and how things were going on. This should have never been something like this. And I can't even get my words together to escalate to that. And then to hear him say, basically, she felt she got what she deserved. This little mumble he did. He
Called
talked
her a
about
white
FMB,
bitch.
I can't remember. And then to find out that she didn't die right away, but they held off the doctor coming to help to even potentially try to save her. And people want to call, say, oh, that lesbian, da da da. Da. It's like God knows. So that she deserved to die. Like
Mhm.
what in the world? I mean, and don't get me started on Twitter. Like I watched where someone doctored the video to make it seem as if she just ran him over. And it's like, if you have to doctor something up and you have to change it and make it
Mm.
look a certain type of way, you're already wrong. It's already wrong. It's wrong. But nah, this is what they think is right.
You wanna know
And
what's crazy?
unfortunately,
You wanna know what's crazy about this whole thing with the man getting hit with the car? What a lot of people don't know is that that man actually got drugged during another ICE raid. He got drugged by a car, trying to be stupid and be in front of a car. And so, with that happening to him before, he already had a chip on his shoulder. Even though you've seen the camera angles from multiple angles, seeing her turn right away from him, not trying to hit him head on or anything of that nature. You see him with his own video camera switch hands to have his hand on his gun. You see him go around the car multiple times with the camera, with his own camera phone, not a camera on his body. And she's trying to turn away, and even her trying to get out the way and move, that still was justification for him to shoot her 3 times in the face. And then hold off medical support to try to help the woman. All that's justified in their eyes. And I'm sitting here looking at this. I was like, this man already had a chip on his shoulder. He had a chip on his shoulder because he had got drugged before. Clearly, this man doesn't have common sense to get the hell out the way. But he already had a chip on his shoulder. So in his eyes, that was justification. I'll let that marinate on y'all. But that right there within itself is like, this is the world that we live in, where people try to see justification in things that are clearly wrong. and you're preaching it like that doesn't change the fact that this was wrong, no matter how you cut it. But I digress. Um, I agree with my co-host L Sweets. We are not angry enough. But in saying that, they're gonna be like, "Well, you're black people. Why aren't you out here with us?" I was like, being angry and us being out on the front lines are two different things. Anger is not just about me as a black person being angry. Anger about us as a nation being angry. And those people in those positions of power start to feel it. 'Cause like it said in V for Vendetta, the people should not be afraid of the government. The government should be afraid of their people.
Mhm.
And that's facts. And that's where it needs to go. Where we got the government shook. That's the only way they're going to understand that this cannot go on. This cannot continue to happen.
Yep.
And silver lining, I'm happy that Congress is talking about getting all these old people out of Congress.
Mhm.
Because me and Sweets talked about this before. Nobody that was born in the silent generation should still be in Congress. I'm sorry.
No.
Anybody born in the silent generation should not be in Congress. You walking around on
Mm.
oxygen and a walker, you shouldn't be in Congress. You really shouldn't.
Nope.
It's too big of
I
a
mean,
gap.
they be in their 80s, like 90, like it's crazy. Like, well, I'm not gonna mention his name. Well, I will mention. I used to love Bernie Sanders, but he did disappoint me when he divided the vote. But he is one of the very few that I can say that being a progressive and seeing what he went through, what people went through in his era to now, he's the only one I can say does have a well-rounded view on it. But outside of that, it's not too many I can be like, "Oh, yeah, get
But
behind
that's
this," and
like
you're like
1%
1,000 years old.
out of a person that's willing to learn with the generations coming up versus people that get stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's ridiculous, but we'll see what shakes with that. I do agree with it. I was like, yeah, y'all need to get up out of here. Ain't no way
Mhm.
y'all should be in there. And you know what that makes me ask a question about is
Mm.
that is it that you don't want to give up your position of power and bring some youth underneath you to take
It's
over?
power. It's power.
And I'm like, are you that obsessed with power and giving up that
Well, you gotta
position?
think about it. Some of them have had this power for decades.
And this is the thing, I'm like, but in order for us to move forward as a country on a
Mm,
global scale, you have to get some new blood in there to give you a different perspective. You
mm-mm.
literally holding on to a seat until you die doesn't make sense.
You know
Because
who
after
they
a
really
while,
need
old
to get a
people,
hold of? It's the Supreme Court.
yeah, after a while, old
That
people
should
get stuck
apply.
in their ways. Just saying.
Well, no, that should apply because you have some people still sitting on there that knew what segregation was because they lived in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, are they're paid by Trump and his clan members to do their biddings. But it's just like, man, it's it's insane. But yeah, that's all I got. It's the topic is so draining and so it's so draining and it's heart aching of what's happening to people.
Yeah. My
That
final
it's like it was horrible to me before, the 2 people lost their lives,
yeah.
and being a teacher and witnessing children not come to school for a week when they were in North Carolina.
Mhm.
Knowing some kids literally fathers and mothers were being deported and no nothing. Like, I had this girl reach out and she was like, "Hey, I have a sister who's missing." She was trying to figure what to do. I had to point her to one of my Hispanic friends who were helping families that were going through this, and she was like, "It's not that she didn't have her papers, it's just however they came up on her." It's wild.
They just
And then I
snatching up
saw a
people. They ain't even
video.
going through the protocol of looking for papers,
Nothing.
identifications, or
They
nothing.
just go off of how you look. And then for me to come across the video, on Twitter, and they were arresting this woman at a school, and the comments were fueled all these people talking about, "Yeah, those Democrats and yeah, that's what you get, you dumb illegals.
Like, shut
You
the fuck
illegal,
up.
the
The
illegal
fuck
teacher,
up.
she deserves to be locked up." Not knowing if the woman was illegal or not. It's like, honey, let me tell you, you're not about to be on, at least I know in the county I work in, you're not about to be no educator working and you are a legal immigrant. Now, if you have a situation where you have a working visa, that is something totally different. But trust me, those schools are just risking just hiring any and everybody who don't have their stuff together. That's one thing, but it's the response. You hear the students crying in the background. It's crazy. But it was the hatred. And then half of them are bots too. I want to make that part clear. A lot of them are bots. So when you see those little posts like you saw, don't be surprised if it's not a bot. Just trying
Mm.
to stir the pot. But anyway, like I said, that's all I got.
I'm gonna say this um, to all those that have the nerve to speak up on what our ancestors would believe we should be doing, and those that believe that y'all finally, quote unquote, get the point. So can we get out on the front lines now? Y'all clearly still don't get it. And
Mm-mm.
we said what we said at the beginning of this year, what we were doing, and we're sticking to that.
Mhm.
Now, us as a nation, keep this in mind. The nation should not be afraid of the government. The government should be afraid of their people. And until we get to that point of putting that type of fear into this government, they're never going to get it. So that's what we mean by not angry enough.
Mhm.
And to everybody out there, just know, men lie, women lie. Number don't. There's only 20,000 of them, but it's 350 million of us. Again, I say the people should not be afraid of the government. The government should be afraid of the people.
Mhm.
And until we get to that point of anger and putting that amount of fear into the government, nothing's ever going to change. So, educate yourself and protect yourself and arm
Mhm.
yourself. And all those people out there that are protesting, no,
Be careful.
be careful, be smart. Don't let emotion overwhelm you because that's what they want you to do. They want you to get emotional.
They do. They want you to get emotional with fear.
And yeah, emotional with fear. Don't let them do that. You got to be real logical about this type of game.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I'm always gonna say forever power to the people. And keep your eyes on midterms.
Yeah.
Focus on doing that. Concentrate on getting your board in order for that. Because don't let all of this be in vain. Don't let all of this be in vain. Do not let him try to get your eye off the ball of what you have to do in midterms with this fear mongering and all of that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
You keep your focus. You got anything else, Sweets?
No, that's pretty much it on my part.
All right. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again to the Artist and the Thinker podcast. And we will see you next go around. Peace.
Peace.